G'day folks, welcome to Friday afternoon. Got a bit happening today. I'm going to try and clean up in between rain, sorting out cars and things. I've got the Ford's battery on charge. It got a bit low just from sitting around doing nothing, so I've got that on charge and I'm going to move it a bit and clean all the leaves and stuff off it and get ready to get a windscreen fitted next week. And it's start of the roadworthy stuff that I need to do. I'm going to source some tyres for it, and front corner indicators, and the rest of it should pass. So yeah, in case you're wondering why it's red in here, I've got one of the red fluoros out. The other one's sitting up there on the shelf. It looked kind of good with a couple of round cathode ray tube screens like the radar screen in the corner there or something like that. Go to DEFCON 3. Red alert. I kind of like that. I want a separate fluoro fixture up here, so one's red light, one's not. Or at least fit the other tube out in the carport, so when the alarm system's triggered, all the lights cut out apart from one red fluoro. That'd put the wind up anyone trying to break in. Anyway, since I just got in, I guess I better boot everything up. I love the fan in that thing. It's just off its guts when it's in full throttle mode. The old IBM. This thing's a bit slow. The network's behaving itself now though. I was having problems yesterday where the network connectivity would start dropping out. It wasn't the router or anything else beyond that, and this PC was working fine. But yeah, I was just having some dropout problems, but it seems to have settled down. I think it's a hardware issue. I'm going to chuck another 1 gigabit network card in there and see what it does. I also got these off my sister's boyfriend. He works for IBM at BlueScope Steel. I was an IBM rep for BlueScope, and he plays with computers all the time, so he gave me some of these to modify. That's the plug I need for the graphics card, the GTS 250, and I'm going to cut that off there and just splice these ends straight onto it, so I'm just eliminating these extra plugs. I don't know why it'd have two of those, but yeah, it should work out quite well. Just want more amps. I don't know why they have a brown wire in there too. It should be both negatives and just a 12 volt feed, and that's all it is. It's a high amperage 12 volt feed. It seems we have something fairly old, something fairly new, something fairly broken, and something rather unusual to look at today. I'm going to do a little bit in this video and then I'll do separate videos on each one. Let's start with the TV. The nice old school portable Sony Trinitron. I had to grab this when I saw it. It still works too. The guy brought them to the scrapyard and he took them into the office area and said, look, I can't bring myself to destroy these, just give them away to people who might want them. And there was one of these and I think it's a PYE or General brand black and white dual power supply TV, so it can run off 12 volts in a car. It's in mint condition, so we'll look at that next. This one's a bit rougher. The cabinet's been dropped, damaged, but it still powers up and works. That I'm only interested in the CRT. It's just one of those dirty, cheap, bloody jukeboxes. Even got an Australian Idol sticker on it. Ugh. Definitely got to disconnect the CRT and then overbolt the rest of it. Yeah, cheap, nasty piece of crap. The whole lot's been ripped apart by a machine at the scrapyard. We'll look at that in a second. This was a roadside find from Brad. I'm only just getting around to looking at it now. It's only standard definition, so I'm not really enthused about bothering to fix it, but I'll give it a try. The picture's very dithery. Like, you can start to see it, but it's not quite there. So it's not a dead short like a dead sustain board MOSFET or something like that, but it's not happy. I've got the base for it too. I don't even think it has many good inputs on it anyway. It's got antenna, it's got its own tuner in it. It's got composite, that's a good start. Oh, sorry, DVI and regular D-sub composite type video. Well, that's composite there. yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, I don't think it's high def though. The pixels look too big to be high def. It's just a standard 42-inch plasma. Ironically, sitting on an LG Chemicals plastic container thing, part of a freight container. I get all that stuff from work anyway. We get polyvinyl chloride (PVC) granules from a variety of companies that process plastic materials from all over the world. Yeah, we're going to have a look at this next. This was a donation from a loyal subscriber of mine. He thought I might be able to use one. He bought 2 of these. I'll look up who it is. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. Queensland Stone and Glass Graphics is the company that's written on the sender thing anyway. So Queensland Glass and Stone Graphics. So I'm guessing it's etching and engraving, that sort of stuff. Okay, this was what came in. I'm very sorry to the guy who donated this because I can't find any private message. I don't believe I ever got a private message that was discussed in one of the videos. He just offered this to me. So I can't find his name, unfortunately, or his YouTube name anyway. I'm not going to give you his proper name, but yeah, when you see this video, just send me a PM and I'll add some details. But yes, as it says, it is a Radiac meter. Sort of like a dossier type thing. It's not as elaborate, say, as my CDV 700, which has the audible output as well as visual. This one here is just purely a analog meter and that's it. And it's also for, I think it's gamma radiation, high level radiation. So if you're up in the zone, you're pretty much dead. So you don't want to be using this unless you're inside a proper suit, I guess. That's the op manual. There's also that on the back of it. Operational maintenance manual. I wonder if that's a copy of that one there. I'm sort of half tempted to open this one up and I'm half tempted not to. Oh no, it has been opened. That's alright. For a moment there I thought it was still sealed. But yeah, this thing used to run on regular, original Mercury batteries, and he was saying he's converted it to run on D cells, so I'm going to open up the battery box and everything and check it. There we go. Yep, Department of the Army, United States War Office, 1967. It's got everything in there. Yeah, basically Vietnam War era. Yeah, you can see there the old battery types. I think they were like a 6 volt or 7.5 volt battery, big fat ones. There's various other different types. I don't know, maybe you can run multiple types. There's look like button cell holders in the outer edges, normal C cell holders there, and very big button cells at the end of it. Unless you require all of those batteries, that's kind of unusual. Hermetically sealed, unsaturated ionization chamber. Chamber voltage 1.35 volts. Operating temperature. Yeah, I'll have a read through this one later. It's got the carry strap, original, never used. Battery holder and the meter itself. What does it say? Case, meter, yeah, it's case designation. Zeroing, checkpoint. Should set the tripod up and do a proper test one day. Not that I have anything to test it against. Not bad, very simple. but not a bad little gizmo. Much appreciated, my friend. I'll try a little harder next time to contact you, because I just can't find any private messages. I don't think we really did. I just sent you my details privately and that was it. So yeah, made by Canadian Admiral Corporation. There's a lot of different types out. If you check Wikipedia for Radiac meter, you'll find all sorts of types. But I'll do a bit more elaborate video on this one later. There we go. I've got some batteries in this. It's been, one thing the guy said is it's been modified with a off-the-shelf replacement for that, so you don't have to get the old mercury cells. And it uses a single 9-volt transistor battery and a couple of AA batteries. So you got 13 volts or so, something like that. But yeah, it works. There's a setting procedure on it too. That's 0 set. So you hold that, use the trimmer there to adjust your 0 point while holding it. It's slightly off now. There we go, that's a bit closer. And holding it, it shouldn't fluctuate, so that's on 0 now. And if we go back to test, we'll check. Yeah, it's almost right in the middle of that little check bar there. But this is what you really want if you want to detect low level radiation. It's the Civil Defence CDV 700, and this detects, I think, alpha particles, gamma, or beta radiation, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, see, I've got it on ×1, so it's gone off the chart. And that meter's not very happy either. More like it. Mind you, this did get jarred during shipping and I've had to try and reassemble that meter without actually opening it. So I've done pretty well considering. If I put this thing anywhere near that test sample, it won't do anything. Yeah, nothing. I don't even know where the pickup is. I'm assuming that's the pickup. Because the whole thing's waterproof, hermetically sealed. So it's only made for high level radiation. Don't buy the other model of this, which doesn't have the special probe on it. There's a basic model which are a dime a dozen, probably like these things. They were probably practically giving them away years ago. And even today you can get the high level version of this, the gamma radiation meter, for like $35, $40. And that's simply because they are completely useless to your average civilian. Nobody's going to be metering radiation that high. If you do, you're pretty much dead. You're going to fry. So anyway, I figured I'll give this TV a bit of a run and find an antenna. I don't think I have any old analog antennas floating around. It's collapsing there a bit. Of course the camera's going crazy. The refresh rate. It's all there, I just need a signal generator. UHF. Picture. Yeah, it does work. I'll do a separate video on that one too, because it's all, I want to take the back off and show you how it works and have a look at this cabinet, see why it's all broken apart. So no, I'm not going to break it, and hopefully my the Sony fans that I pissed off by smashing some old useless Trinitron tubes will forgive me, since I'm keeping this one. It'll go nicely with the little, I've got a little cube Sony digital DV8 monitor. I think it's an 8mm cassette player on top, and a little Sony, about, I don't know, 3/4 the size of this tube. A little security type monitor, or video editing, or video camera monitor, that sort of thing. It's got all kinds of inputs on it, as well as 8mm tape. So I'll drag that one out of the cupboard one day when I play with this again. I have them both out running. And the plasma TV, well, you've seen me troubleshoot a million different plasmas, so I'm just going to whip the back off and get into that. Anywho, that's the morning's video done. Now to get into things. Thanks for watching.